Alright guys, I'm going to walk you through real quick how to diagnose cruise control not working on an MK4 Volkswagen. If I remember right, this will also kind of apply to an MK3 and a little bit newer, like slightly into the MK5, but when you get into the common rail engines, the TDIs at least, it seems to change a little bit. But this is an MK4. It's a 2004, so it has the BEW TDI in it. It is a manual, but this will also work with the ALH and an automatic as well. So the biggest thing you're going to need is one of the best tools you can get for these Volkswagens is a VCDS cable. I bought this off a friend of mine for $100, but they're like $250 new, and it basically gives you dealer level like diagnostic tools for the Volkswagens. It also works on Audis and like the seats and like the European Volkswagen stuff as well. But anyway, so this is what you're going to want to do. I'll go back so I can walk you through all of it. Close controller, go back. So you open up VCDS. There's mixed reviews on whether you can do this with a non-genuine cable or not. In my opinion, they make really good software and they make a really good cable. It's really worth just buying it. So this is what it'll look like when you open it. I just updated it today to 18.9, but you can do this with an older one as well. So go select control module, and then it'll load, and then you'll go to engine, and it will load again. And once this loads, you want to go down to measuring blocks, which is 08, and then you want to go to 006, whoops, and then click go. You can also just scroll up to it. And this is the 4 measuring blocks that you'll want to pull up. So the first thing, or one of the first things you can do, is just start with the first measuring block. Make sure that that moves when the vehicle moves. I know that it does, and I'm not going to drive while I'm holding my phone, but it works. So the second one is the cruise control pedal monitoring. So when you highlight this, it'll show you what everything means. So as 1 on the last 0 means the brake light switch went on. So like I can click the brake here, and both ones on the end light up. So the pedal and light are both working, the sensors are working. Now if your foot was not on the brake and one or both of them was lit up with 1, that means something's wrong with the brake light or system, something like that. So you'd want to start with like the switch, the brake light switch, or the pedal switch if one of those was lit up. If you have a manual, that third 0 from the right end, you'll want to make sure is a 0 and not a 1 when your foot is off the clutch. So if I push the clutch in, it lights up with 1, and when I let it off, it goes away, which is exactly what you want to happen. So that next one, the CCS enabled, I can go down on the stock and turn the thing on. The light should come on. If it doesn't, then that's your issue, is the switch, as well as the, let me move the cursor out of the way. That one lights up as well. That's pretty much it for that one. Those on the MK4s, from what I understand, aren't super common for any of that to go bad. Those seem to work pretty much no matter what, but the brake pedal switch can have issues on these, but not as common as what I'm about to show you. So if you go over to the cruise control switch monitoring, this is where it gets interesting. So again, that it'll switch between 1 0 and 0 1, depending on whether the switch is on or not. So with it off, you want it 1 0. With it on, you want it 0 1. So when you click the set button, which I'm clicking right now, it should change. When it's not, I can click the resume and it's not changing either. So if you scroll over this, it tells you where, what should happen. So something's not working. Well, if you mess around with it enough, now it comes on. Look at that. So that last one is the pressed off, and you want that to light up when you're using, or when cruise control, like when you've got it on, you want that to light up. So you see it lights up when it's off, but it should stay lit up like this when it's on. That's what it should look like if it's working properly when it's on. Now what I'm doing So I'm just barely pulling back on the stock as if I was going to flash my high beams, and that's what's fixing it. So there's just an issue inside the stock. Now I can click set, and it changes the one, or I can click resume, and it changes that one. So once you figure out, I was able to figure out that, alright, if I hold the stock back just a little bit, it works. So I drove down the road and held the stock back while I clicked set, and it worked. Cruise control worked for the first time since I bought the car. It worked. So that just means that the cruise control stock is bad, or the whole blinker and headlight high beam stock is bad on this car. It's possible that you might be able to remove it and fix it, but they're $35 on eBay from a fairly reputable seller. They didn't have any bad reviews, and they've got a 1-year warranty. So I went ahead and ordered it. That should be here in the next couple days, and I'm 99% sure that'll fix the problem. But I couldn't find a video on how to properly diagnose the cruise control, which seems to be a common issue on Volkswagens. I know that I had to fix it with my MK3 without VCDS, and it was a pain. Whereas this makes it super simple to just track down exactly the issue that you're having. So anyway, hope that helped. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll try and post a follow-up video to this when the stock gets here and when I put it in, so that we can make sure that fixed it. But I'm almost positive that it will. Thanks for watching, guys.